Hey, how's it going, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be bringing you another edition of GPU Market Watch ahead of the supposed release of the GTX 1100 series if that August 20th reveal does come to fruition. I wanted to upload a GPU Market Watch before and after that. And what you're going to notice is right now that GPU prices are very, very good. They're definitely the best that they've been since the GPU apocalypse, and now I can say that you're getting some really great deals. Some of these deals are even better than prior to the GPU apocalypse. But typically after 16 months, you would expect far deeper price deductions. But hey, I'll take what I can get. And in this series, I only cover GTX 1060, RX 580 tier and above. Anything lower than that is typically on sale anyway. Except a GPU like the RX 570, which is kind of crazy how it's priced. The RX 580 is just a better value, and a lot of times you'll see the 580 is better priced than the 570. So figure that one out. But without further ado, let's talk the GPU prices themselves. And with the Market Watch series, I just take a look at the prices over the last 2 weeks or so. Some of these deals aren't available right now, but regularly these deals have been available, and if you look hard enough, you can find the deal for yourself. I'll let you guys know which deals are available, what deals were available in the last 2 weeks, and for what price they were available at. So let's get right into this. First up, in the last 2 weeks or so, an EVGA GeForce GTX 1060 6GB was listed over on Newegg. The same one is still listed, but it's at $330. There was a promo code that knocked off $80, so you got it for $250. And when you bought it, you got a free copy of Destiny 2 and 2 free expansions. That's an okay deal. That seems to be the price to pay for a 6GB 1060 right now, $250. I would probably wait for a little bit cheaper, or alternatively, in this case, since you did get Destiny 2 and 2 expansions, if you value that. I know a lot of you guys in the comments are probably going to say something like they should pay you to play Destiny 2, but you get the idea. It's value added to the GPU. I think for $250 with a free copy of Destiny 2 and the expansions, that's a pretty good deal. I should also mention that with the 1060s, over on EVGA's official eBay page, they had EVGA GeForce GTX 1060 6GB for $189. That was a few days ago. They were refurbished, but still for $189.99, that's an exceptionally great deal. And even being refurbished, that is an awesome deal, and I would recommend that at that price as well. Considering you're saving around $50 to $60, the fact it being refurbished versus it being new, that's the kind of price differential that I think it is warranted for you to save the money and just get it refurbished. And you're going to get a quality working card if it's coming directly from EVGA. However, what's better than a pretty good deal is an awesome deal. The ASRock Phantom Gaming X Radeon RX 580 8GB model is on Newegg. This is available right now. So if you're interested in this GPU, I would recommend you to hop on this ASAP. It's $240 and there's a $20 mail-in rebate, so $220. And if you buy it right now, as I mentioned in a previous video, you do get the AMD Game Gift Bundle. That includes Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Strange Brigade, as well as Star Control Origins. Now, Assassin's Creed Odyssey alone, I would value that game at $50, so when you factor that in, you're essentially getting this GPU for $170 after the mail-in rebate. Throw in the other two games and their upcoming releases, and both of them look like okay games. Strange Brigade is a $59.99 release. Star Control Origins is a $39.99 release. Let's just factor that at $20 to be a little conservative. That means if you factor that in, value-wise, this GPU is $150. Yes, would it be best if this GPU was just listed at $150? Sure. But given everything that you're getting with the ASRock Phantom Gaming X RX 580, $240, $220 after mail-in rebate, 3 upcoming games, and that voucher, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to sell it to somebody for a pretty penny. This is an exceptionally great deal. Probably the best deal I've seen on a mid-range GPU in a very, very long time. I don't remember how exactly RX 580 8GB were priced prior to the GPU apocalypse, but this might even beat out some of those deals. I'm pretty sure it does, given the fact you do get those 3 free games. There was also an Asus RX 580 listed. That's an 8GB model as well. It was $240 after a promo code, but the same AMD gift applied to that as well. That was a very good deal, but the ASRock Phantom Gaming X does come at $20 cheaper if you do take advantage of the mail-in rebate. Both are really good deals. Given all the value that you get with the free games, this is probably the best dollar for dollar deal on a GPU right now. Moving right along from that, I do want to take a look at some deals on GTX 1070s, and because eBay ran that great promo code the other day, there are some pretty ridiculous deals on GTX 1070s. One was a new GTX 1070, so that 15% off discount took it down to around $280. That was available on eBay. Obviously, that's not available right now. Right now, 1070s are going for around $350, which is an okay deal. Honestly, I probably wouldn't check out a 1070 right now just because 1080s are so close in price. With the 15% off discount, I believe there were 1080s on eBay for like $340, $350. So given the fact that it's just a little bit more expensive for a 1080, I probably would just go with a 1080. But if you're in the market for a 1070, paying over $350 is a bad idea. I would ideally like to check it out at $320, $330, but hopefully when the 1100 series or whatever they're going to title the new NVIDIA GPUs are announced, these GPU prices will go even lower on the 1070. Lastly, as far as the standalone GPUs go, I do want to take a look at some 1080 deals, which at a higher level, I feel like the GTX 1080 is currently the best option for a higher end GPU. I think it is better than the 1070 dollar for dollar. EVGA a couple days ago listed a bunch of B stock GPUs, and there was a 1080 available for just $299.99. That's a pretty ridiculous deal for a 1080, even being B stock, just getting that GPU for $300, that is insane. That deal's not available right now, but I'm sure EVGA will have more B stock listings up rather soon, so that is something to be mindful of, and you can get a rather good deal on a 1080. As far as new 1080s, you see them listed on eBay quite often for around $400, $430. Ideally, you would like to pick up a 1080 a little bit cheaper than $400. If you can find one for like $370, $380, that would be really good. As I mentioned, when eBay was running that discount code, people were getting 1080s for $340, $350. Unfortunately, it's a little bit random when eBay does run those promo codes. You don't get much of a heads up, so hopefully next time you can check out a 1080 a little bit cheaper than that. And with the 1080, when the 1100 series is announced, this is a GPU that's price I expect to go plummeting. So even if you don't pick up one right now, if you think you can hold off for another month or so, I think we could see 1080s very, very cheap, maybe in the low $300 range. And then if eBay runs a promo code on a low $300 1080, just think about the deal you're getting. Pretty ridiculous. That's just me being speculative. For now, you're paying around $400. If you look hard enough, you can find them a little bit cheaper for around $370, $380. An eBay discount code did bring them down to $340, $350. Lastly, I do want to mention a pre-built computer. Not big on pre-built computers anymore because GPUs are falling in price so hard that at this point, I think it is a better option to build your PC over than buying a pre-built. How about that? The tide has changed a little bit. I think me saying that should at least dignify things are changing quite a bit. But I still wanted to mention this pre-built computer as it is pretty good. $550, the Dell Inspiron desktop PC. It's got an AMD Ryzen 5 1400, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and on the GPU, you're getting a 4GB RX 570. So not the highest end GPU in the world, but still a very capable 1080p card. I think this is a very good value pre-built computer that's very good for 1080p gaming. Can run pretty much any title that's coming out at 1080p at really good settings, really good frame rates, maybe not maxed out on every game, but you're gonna get some very respectable performance with this PC. So great deal on that. $550, cannot go wrong, and get to see a PC a little bit on the lower end side. I love seeing $500 PCs. It used to be that $500 PCs would be really, really good, or $550 PCs, but at this point, you're kind of hard pressed to build a really great $500 PC with GPU and RAM prices, but this one, $550, it's a very, very capable 1080p PC, so definitely give it a look. That's gonna conclude this video. GPU prices are looking really great right now, especially that deal on that ASRock Phantom Gaming X RX 580. Given the fact that I've been following 580 prices for the last 16 months or so, it is incredible to see them finally down to prices like $240 or $220 after the mail-in rebate, being bundled with those free games. If you followed my channel back in the day, I love talking about discounts on GPUs and then getting free games with it. That was one of the best things buying a PC, when you could buy a value-oriented GPU and then get a bunch of free games with it. That is just incredible, and now we're finally getting back to the point where we're getting that. And even with the NVIDIA GPUs, I know that Destiny 2 isn't everybody's favorite game, but hey, you get Destiny 2 and the 2 expansions that are out right now with the purchase of various NVIDIA GPUs. How can you say no to that? Free games are free games. And I do believe they add value to the overall GPU purchase. 1070 prices right now aren't the greatest, but 1080 prices, considering you can find them sub $400, I would say that's very, very good. GPU prices, as you guys have seen, are looking really, really good. And if we are in fact coming up on the release of new NVIDIA GPUs, I'm hearing a lot of different rumors now, but I think at some point the rumors have to give, and I think we are going to be seeing new NVIDIA GPUs very soon, and that only means an even more positive trend for the GPU market. I foresee just about every one of these GPUs that I've mentioned to go down in price, even the AMD ones, because once some of the market goes down, other GPUs have to follow in suit, because how can you have an RX 580 far more expensive than, say, a GTX 1060? That just wouldn't make any sense. So you guys get that idea. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments as well, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. This video is brought to you by the new Humble Monthly. Get Tales of Berseria, Sniper Elite 4, and Staxel for just $12 along with the rest of the bundle that's gonna unlock on the first Friday of September. Alternatively, if you don't want any of those early unlocks, you can get Rise of the Tomb Raider instead as an early unlock ahead of Shadow of the Tomb Raider's release in September. And once again, if you decide to get Rise of the Tomb Raider, the rest of the bundle will unlock on the first Friday of September. Just $12 for all that content, and on top of that, you get access to the Humble Trove and 10% off everything in the Humble store. Check out the link in the description box below.